Hi, and welcome back to the Save It for Parts channel. In a few recent-ish videos, I've been dipping my toes into the world of 3D printing. And a couple months ago, another YouTuber, Ryan Frogs, generously donated me another 3D printer. I haven't had time to get around to it until now. I feel a little bit bad about that, but we're finally getting through some of the backlogs. We're getting out of the busy season in January, and we're getting around to looking at this 3D printer. Now, Ryan did say it's broken. I don't know what's broken with it, but we're going to pull it out and see if we can do anything with it. So, let's see what we've got. Yeah, the main body of it is definitely in several pieces right now. Trying to get everything out of the box without breaking it. Or, you know, breaking it more. Lots of extra little pieces. PLA filament. So this appears to be a Monoprice Maker Select 3D Printer V2. And I am actually familiar with the Monoprice brand. I happen to have some Monoprice speakers in my home media center in the living room. Their main selling point was they're cheap. They're imported, they're not high quality, they kind of work most of the time, but I've definitely had some issues with those speakers, so I'm not expecting incredible things out of this product range. Again, their primary feature is they're really cheap on Amazon. So I think we've got all the basic parts of this printer. We've got the control unit, the heated bed, the XYZ axis motors. A few of the motors look a little bent. This belt is very loose. Those should be minor issues. If there's nothing else wrong with it, it might just need some adjustment. But we're jumping the gun here. First, we got to figure out how to get it all assembled. It's all just in separate pieces right now. Got to figure out how it all goes together and what do we do then. I did find a manual online which will help me assemble this because it's actually not very intuitive how all this goes together. For example, I thought this was the base, but it's actually a vertical tower component. Okay, I've mostly run out of loose parts to assemble, so I think this is the point where we turn it on and see what catches on fire. Alright, we're going to test out the preheat and extrusion systems. We've run into our first malfunction with this unit. I can get the filament to start going into the extruder, but then it won't go any further. If I wait and go ahead and back it out, this end is not melted at all, so the filament is not getting down to the hot part of the extruder element. There's either something jammed in there, or some heating element is not working, or there's something else going on. So we've definitely got some pink stuff kind of jammed in here. I think that was just old filament that's blocking the heater inlet here, and it's all kind of crumbly and degraded, so it won't melt apparently. Now the fun part is going to be getting this back together. These little plastic rollers or spacers fell out when I took it apart. I think maybe they go here and here, but I'm just guessing. We got it all back together and the extruder seems to be working now. Now I am noticing another issue. This little fan seems to be stuck, so we might have to end up replacing that one. Let's see if it'll print something. We've got a test file here. It says it's printing, although nothing's actually happening on the physical unit. I did have to download a different printer profile that's supposed to be similar. Monoprice doesn't make this unit anymore, but it's essentially a knockoff of a Prusa i3, and a bunch of other companies have knockoffs. Pretty much anything you buy imported on Amazon anymore is kind of made by 5 or 6 different companies all cloning each other, so the profiles are out there. I've got a different profile in. I've loaded some 3D files into Cura, sliced them, thrown them on an SD card, thrown them on the printer, and we're going to see if it does anything. Now with this printer, you have to manually adjust all these little thumb wheels to get the bed leveled right. It doesn't have any automatic bed leveling. Parts of this print look too high, and parts look too low, so I think I need to stop this and re-level everything. Now this thing's time estimation is even worse than that MakerBot I had. It says it's about 15 or 16% done already after a few seconds, but it also says it's going to take 6 days to print. So I actually have no idea how to cancel this from the menu. I'm just going to pull the power on it. Let's try that print again. It might be a little cold for this thing out here. It is still the middle of February, so that might be part of our problem, but we're going to see what happens this time. And attempt number the 3rd. Go! This isn't looking exactly like what I expect, but maybe I'll just let it go and see what actually comes out. Alright, well, I went away for a few minutes and came back, and my print has been ejected off the back of the printer and made this giant spaghetti tangle. It's not looking terrible before that happened. There is a fair amount of definition and quality here. I don't know what's with this spider web on the bottom, if that's supposed to be a raft or what. I didn't think I had selected rafts in Cura, but these silly raft things seem to be the bane of my existence with 3D printing. They just waste material. They don't actually stick to anything. I don't know why anyone ever uses a raft or who came up with these, but they seem completely pointless. Alright, we're trying this again. We've thrown a different cooling fan on there, and we've disabled the raft, so we're going to see if this works. Well, it's still spitting out a giant globby mess of PLA first, so all of these prints are failing. I've tried 3 or 4 times. We're really running low on that starter pack of PLA. I think we're going to give this one more shot. Well, we're finally getting something that looks like it's trying to print. I'm also really frustrated with the bed leveling on this thing. It does not stay level. I have to adjust those screws basically for every print because the little print head just gets off a level instantaneously. Honestly, out of the 3 3D printers I've tried so far, that one made out of like plywood and Lincoln logs is still the best one for staying level, for not clogging up, for printing reliably. At least that cooling fan seems to be finally working. Hey, we got something to print! So we've got another little minifig here, little minor rat or kobold guy, and you know what, he looks pretty good. He's better quality than my first 3D printer. He's less messy than the second one, and it only took about 14 tries to get this one to print something. So there we go. We seem to now have a 3rd 3D printer that mostly works sometimes. It definitely takes a lot of fiddling around, especially with those bed leveling screws. It seems like I'm going to have to do that every time, so it's not going to be the most convenient 3D printer, but when it works, it seems like it's decent quality and it's a lot less messy. So thank you again to Ryan Frogs for giving me this. I was able to get it to work. I needed to do a few adjustments, needed to replace some stuff, but eventually we did get it to print. So thank you again. This has been a fun project, and hopefully it'll continue being useful. Now, eventually I might get a quote-unquote real 3D printer like a Prusa or an Ender or something like that, just depending on how much money I want to spend and what kind of features I want. One of the benefits of going through a bunch of these second and third hand printers that all have kind of minor issues is I get a really good idea of what features I really need, what features I can do without, and what things to look for in a good 3D printer or a new 3D printer that I might be able to purchase in the future. Anyway, we're going to wrap up this video because we got to a stopping point. We were able to print a little test thing, and we are almost out of filament, like I said, so we're going to have to order more of that. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see if we do any other 3D printer junk, and we'll see you next time.